Today I'm going to give you 3 simple tips on how to throw far. Let's get into it. Really fun video today. As you guys know, I'm a huge coach. Used to coach a lot down in Tampa, just moved up here to Columbia, Missouri, and now I'll be doing some coaching up here. So if you guys ever want some coaching, reach out to me if you're in the Columbia area. Let's get done. Today's video is going to be super simple. It's going to be how to throw far. And I'm going to give you 3 really easy, quick tips that are going to hopefully propel you into getting 50 to 100 feet of distance right away. The first thing I go over when I'm doing form breakdowns, but I always go over the most important thing and then down. So you have to have good grip. The first thing I'm going to do in this video is show you how to throw it nose down. So what I like to teach is a power grip, but more importantly than just a power grip is to be able to put it in your hand and tilt the nose angle of this down. So how you do that is you're going to grab it like this. You're going to put it in that, kind of in that wedge between the 2 knuckles, and then you're going to fold over your fingers. What a lot of people that I see doing this wrong is their fingers are actually going to be pretty flat on that rim. When they're flat on that rim, that automatically gives it more of a nose tilt. So what I tell people is come at it at a very aggressive angle, and all that matters in grabbing it is that you're going to have the nose angle down, and then the front 2 fingers have to have the most pressure. Someone like Aaron Gossage only throws with 2 fingers, and he's one of the best throwers in the game. So this is called a front-loaded power grip. You're gonna add those on, and then once you check it, this is the biggest thing, your wrist control, right? We want that wrist to be down and then tucked in slightly. A lot of people call it starting the car or pouring the tea, whatever you wanna call it. It's down and then in. And then if you hold it up, your forearm is the driving force, right? This is the flat driving force. You want the nose to be down on this. And if you hold it out in front, if your forearm's flat and the nose is down, this is an extreme example, but that's how you know that it is nose down. So if you have that problem where you throw the disc and it just skies up and then finishes to the left, that's because your nose angle is up. So the last thing about this tip really quick is you got it in your hand. Let's say you got it in your hand correctly. And then when you reach back, you're really thinking down and in. I see it all too often that when you go to pull through, your wrist gets lazy and it gets flat. And then when you get to the opposite side, it's nose up again. So what I like to tell people is finish the fight. You're reaching back. And then when you get into that power pocket, really think pushing it in and down so that you can keep the nose down. Step number 2, so when I'm doing my form breakdowns, what I do is I always go over grip first to make sure that you have a negative nose angle. Once you have that negative nose angle, the next thing I look at is ground up. So I do footwork, into hips, into reach back. The reason why is if you were to do the opposite way, so let's say upper body down, if you fix your upper body, but your hips are lined up incorrectly, when you go to fix your lower body, your hips and your footwork, then your upper body is now all off. It's not lined up correctly. So always go ground up. So for tip number 2, I'm going to show you what it looks like to get your lower body engaged into your shot. A lot of times what I see with amateurs, what they're doing wrong is they actually have their feet in one straight line, and then their plant foot, so if you're right-handed, that's going to be your right foot, is now faced towards the target. I'll actually face you guys for this. So what I don't want to see is feet in line and then your foot pointed towards the target. The reason why is all throwing mechanics start ground up. Whether you're throwing a baseball, a football, whatever you're throwing, in this case it's a disc golf disc, our power is going to come from the ground all the way up into our throw. And when we're in this position to where our foot is pointed towards our target and our hips are open, we get no power from our hips. You almost throw with just your arm. So how we fix this and what is correct form is we're actually going to do this drill called heel toe. So you're going to put your foot out in front and you're going to imagine wherever you're throwing. So let's say I'm aimed right at the camera right now, right? Heel toe. This is a straight line. That is where I'm going to aim everything towards the camera, towards the basket or whatever gap you're trying to hit. And then last but not least, instead of having this foot open where I get nothing from my hips, I'm now going to pull this toe backwards and load my hips into this internal rotation towards my target. And you always pull hips into it and you allow your body to swing naturally. It's called your brace and your coil, and then it explodes outwards. So What this looks like in more of an X step fashion, so like actually pulling your power and your weight into your shot, is keep this front foot in 3 steps, right? Front foot up and away, this next foot behind it, and then you step in a straight, don't step parallel, step in a straight line towards your target, okay? Load the hips. Remember, all of your power is going to be coming from your hips into your shot. Step number 3, and this is probably going to be the easiest step to bring into your disc golf game right now. But what I see with a lot of people, when I say a lot of people, I mean the mass majority of disc golfers, they want to look at the results right away. This is more of life advice, but being results-based is never good. Love the journey, and you will get to the result. So in disc golf, what I mean by that is when you go to throw, what I see a lot of people do is they lead with their head, and they're trying to almost watch the disc come out of their hand. What I actually want to see from people is getting what's called your back towards the target. So you're actually going to allow your right shoulder to take your head away from the target. You're going to let your back get completely flat towards your target. And then when you go to pull through, you're now going to pull from what is called not rounding, which I guess would be a straight pull through, straight towards your target. Versus what a lot of people do is they take it and they look at their target the whole way and they get nothing from their shoulders, nothing from their back into the shot. And then one of the reasons why I tell you don't look at your shot is if you actually try to look at your shot, what's going to end up happening is your shoulder is going to collapse. When your shoulder collapses, it's just back into rounding. That rounding is that key word that I feel like a lot of YouTubers use. Rounding is when the disc is coming around your body and it can be released here, 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 or here. Versus a straight pull through is going to give you a much more consistent release point right out in front of your body. I want you to get your shoulders and everything, get this off arm back so your back's completely flat to your target, and then you can pull through on a straight line. Again, on that heel toe line, straight through, deep into the power pocket, and then follow through with it. Don't try to look at your target. Easy enough. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video and you guys want to support me, go ahead and look for these Kevin Kiefer jerseys on the Ledgestone website. The link is going to be down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for everybody who's already bought one and purchased one and supported me. There's only a couple left, so if you guys haven't gotten one, go right now before they are gone. There's literally only like 15 of these guys left. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be posting a lot more.